Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on this jumbo crane number 11 matchbox lesson. You probably saw it on my flea market find video. Found this in a flea market. I paid 50 cents for this. It really caught my eye, and after doing a bit of a investigation, let me take it off the turntable here. After doing a bit of a investigation, I decided to get a fully working one with the hope of restoring it. But this one, it's really not that bad of a shape. I almost can consider this mint. I really like how this functions. It creates a lot of tension here, so it almost feels like a real working hydraulic boom here. Now with this, of course, we cannot restore it because we're missing this whole part here, and it just wouldn't be financially smart to go out and try to either buy a complete one just to get this part out. It just doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna do a custom with this. And just to let you know that I bought another taxi. This one is gonna be a custom. You know, when my previous one, I restored it, said I really liked it and wanted to get another one just so I could do a custom. So here is the perfect candidate. So keep an eye out for that one. Now with this, first thing we gotta do is drill it apart, and I'll be back. Alright guys, so it's been drilled, tapped, and we got a button head screw back in. If we look at it this way, you can see that this side here is bent out of shape. This one a little bit. The wheels are worn out. They don't stay perfect on the axle. So most likely I'm not gonna use these. I'm gonna go with new ones. Maybe go with the theme that I'm using. I'm going for this. And somebody left a comment asking me how would they fix a broken post. Now this was the post for the top of the crane here, but it serves as a perfect sample. If you have a car with a broken post, all you got to do is find another car that you really don't care about or you bought just for parts, cut out that post, drill it the same way, tap it, and then just use epoxy, 2-part epoxy, glue it in pit lace, and there you have a new post. That's how I do it. Other people might do it differently, but that's how I do it. Once you do this, the car looks original. Now let's take this apart, take the wheels off, and go into the paint remover stage. Well, that took over 5 minutes for the paint remover to start lifting the paint. So let me go wash this off and I'll be back. All right, guys, so it's been like a week. I've been very busy. You can see here, I have this nice and ready. Let me get my other eyes on. So no paint left. Got it. Got the base screw back in. I was thinking about using some off-road tires, but I found this in my arsenal. It's a Matchbox. So you can see here, and I think it's gonna look pretty sick. Every time I see something with tracks like this, I buy it. Look at this one. This one makes for great pictures in the snow. Very nice. And of course it still rolls because it's got the little wheels underneath, just like this one. Not sure about this part here, if I'm gonna leave it or not. Most likely I am. It plays out with the steampunk theme that I'm going here. Now last night I almost burned out my brain doing math, and this is my plan here. This is gonna be the top part of the trailer. It's gonna hook to this hole right here, and I have all this part here. For that, I'm going to be using this rectangular, brass angle 316. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to notch. So on the top part, I'm going to cut this out. Then this part out like that, and I should be able to bend everything into this form. Now this is typically done by a machine, so we'll see what happens. And I only have one, so if I mess it up, I have to go another route. Let me see here. I also have this one here. This is the rectangular brass tube. I was thinking about doing it with this one, but I think the angle it's gonna work better, since this part here inside, that's where I'm gonna put, if I find it, let's see, here it is. 1/8 brass rod. Let me see if it fits. So basically that's the only plan I have right now. So it fits perfect. Perfect. So that's all I have right now. This top plan. I have to build this first, make sure the trailer can swing without touching this area, right? And from there I have to then make the bottom, and I have to break this apart. That way I know exactly the height, and once I have this done, I could create the bottom with basically some off-road tires, or I might have another track laying around. I might make the trailer a track also. I don't know yet. So I'm just gonna do all this and try to show you bits and pieces of the process. Alright guys, here it is. Check it out. Took me about 3 hours to get to this point here. I gotta say, it does look pretty good. Let me show you what I did. You can see it has button head screws. Take this one off. Now, I've mentioned before on the previous videos that I have different sizes for the button heads. Once you get to do different customs, it's a good idea to have different sizes. At the beginning, when I started, I used to buy the longer ones, and then depending on the custom that I was doing, I would cut them. Since when you're doing pickups, usually the screws that go in the back on the bed needs to be really short, but now I know different sizes, so I just order them like that. So here is the bottom part. I didn't do any modification to this. This is the part that holds the wheels here. Here's the two button head screws, and you can see I added a piece of brass here, and this screw is holding this part to the casting. So I did not want to glue anything down. That way I could take everything apart and paint it, give it a different color. So the only modification that I did to the casting is this part here. Let's take this part. And I also bent this a little because it was not sitting straight on top of this. Here is a washer with a 256 nut. I did glue that down. I need that to be sturdy. For this project, let me zoom out. I'm going to be using, let me change the angle here. I'm going to be using this glue with the spray accelerator here. And so far it's been working pretty nice, So this is the other part. I've also added a washer and a nut. Here, let me show you this part here. I made a little mark. This is the back part, because it only fits one way. So there it goes. See? So I had to add this little piece of brass here. I drilled out a hole. Then I added another washer with a nut. And that's how everything goes back together. Now, so you can see here, I did have to grind down a lot. Now, when you're grinding down plastic, like I showed you before, you tend to have a lot of, let me see if I can show you here. Look at this. And sometimes this is very hard to take out. You can use the X-Acto knife and go at it, right? But I'm going to show you a little trick. Sometimes if the piece is big enough, you take it out like that. Of course, all this part here is not going to be seen. But this is what I use. A lighter. So if you're a kid, don't do this. Talk to your parents. Let me see if I can show you. Let me see. So this way I find it to be a lot easier to clean up the plastic. Now most of this stuff is not going to be seen, so I've already taken off everything that I need. Now this over here, I took it apart already, and it seems that this is not wide enough. Basically works the same way. The same size. Zoom out. Yeah, the wheels are the same size, but these have a square piece here in the middle. That way I can ID them. So this is not wide enough. I was thinking about using this for the back part, and just look at the difference. Just might have to, since I have to take out the seat, I might have to cut here, and then separate it to make it same size as this. But let me show you something. So I had time to go, once I got done doing all this, I got a chance to go to Walmart, and I found this model here. And if I told you it, every time I see something that has track, I buy it. So I like doing customs with tracks. And look at this. This is the same width, and it's a lot bigger. So I think this is gonna work a lot better for the trailer. A lot better. So I'm gonna have to take this one apart and use this one for the trailer. Let me see something. Definitely way too big for the truck here, or crane. I don't know if you still want to call it a crane, but yes, I'm gonna use this for the trailer. I'm gonna put all of this back together and start working with the trailer. Alright guys, check it out. Quick update here. This thing is massive. So started cutting and gluing and taking it back apart, especially this back part here. I wasn't really sure how it was going to come together. Here you can see the channels that I use there. It has the screws, and I made it like this, that way it could fit my Mad Max style Toyota Tundra. I made this like a year ago. I'll put a link up here if you want to watch that video after this one. Now I'm gonna have to get like a little piece of chain to hook from here to here somewhere, or create something here going up so it hooks to here. I don't know yet, but it does go up and smoothly. Still have to figure out something from this bottom part here. And originally I was gonna do, I mentioned I was gonna do a curved wall here, but now I just got the idea that there is an adapter for a Volkswagen back in the day where you could hook a trailer to the roof, right? So basically when you had to back up, all you had to do was like this, turn the Volkswagen like this, and it could back up the whole trailer. That way you get a better view of, you know, where you're going. So being that this is, the cab is like right in the middle, and you know, that's a crazy idea here. If I had mirrors, they'll probably have to stick out a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I think this idea to back up the trailer sounds good. So let me see what idea I can come up with, and we'll continue. Alright guys, that's the finished product. It's been another week. Just basically started cutting and gluing and breaking it all apart and gluing it back together until I came up with this. So let me take this apart. Here you can see I did some details with a Sharpie, some copper and silver look for the tracks, and the trailer here. Let me take this off so it doesn't fall. Check it out. I almost lost a finger. My hands are destroyed from building this thing. Look at the tracks here on the back. So this is a machine that makes water out of the oxygen. It could also make water from seawater. How about that? Just like a submarine. Check it out. The ramp here works. It's a manual. Put this here to the side. Manual hook. Take this off. Take the other one off. If I could grab it, there you go. And the ramp goes down. Now the Toyota couldn't climb up. So they're gonna have to be walking around with some pretty strong people here to get this back hooked where it goes. And a while back I did a video about using magnets for a display. There, I got it. It almost doesn't fit in the shot here. I had bought this 1/24th scale display, and guess what? It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit because of the ramp. So I'll use it for something else. Like I mentioned on that video, this thing cost me $10, and I could fit like 5 cars in here. So 5 1/64th scale cars. Just as a reminder, this thing, when original, used to look like this. And of course, the one I started with didn't have this top part, and the wheels were wobbly on the axle. Personally, I think it came out very nice. I have some soft copper rods here, which I turned. There he goes. Cut out some aluminum tubing to make, I believe, some tanks. And this is a 90-degree L bracket from a mirror. And you probably know what these are. Those are for a smoking pipe. So there it is, guys. I also added some C channel here on the side, slightly bent forward. That way it'll hold whatever you're carrying. Here's the underneath side. Here's a look from the top. And that's gonna be it, guys. I decided to put it on the thumbnail, so you've probably seen it already. You're probably here just to see the more details. It's a lot of work, guys. A lot of weeks. Took over like a month to build this thing. So please hit that like button. If you want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button with the clicking the bell also, so you can get notified of upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and peace out. I was gonna put it in a turntable, but it doesn't fit either. There it is. Peace out. Well, I got it to fit. I just had to lift the back part here all the way up. Looks better in here though. All right, thank you for watching. Now, peace out.